Okay, here we are. Today is April 13th of 2018. We are on pages 12 and 13 today of our FSA packet. So we're starting here with this one. Select all of the equations that show different ways to represent 5/8. So we're making sure when we look at these, first of all, that we're selecting all. That means there's more than one answer. Okay, and so I'm going to look at this. Okay, when I have two fractions, like 2/3 plus 2/8 plus 3/8, we never add denominators. So that equals 5/8. That's correct. Okay. This says that 5/8 plus 3/8 equals 5/8. Well, 5 plus 3 is 8, not 5, so that's not going to work. That's absolutely not it. This says that 1/8 plus 5/8 equals 5/8. Well, we know that 1 plus 5 is 6, so that's not going to work. This is saying that 1/8 plus 3/8 plus 1/8 equals 5/8. Well, if I look at my numerators and I add 1 plus 3 plus 1, that does equal 5, so this one works. And here I see that they add 1/8. So I'm going to see how many times they added it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They added it 5 times, so that means that the answer is 5/8. So those are your correct answers. Remember, with a multi-select problem, you must get all answer choices correct. If you do not get all answer choices correct, you do not get credit for the problem at all. I don't make the rules, I just tell you what they are. All right. This one is finding fractions on a number line. This is a little off focus. That's a little better. It says the point of the number line shows the value of the sum of two fractions. Well, here's what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the value of this fraction. So I see, first of all, I have a whole number of 1. Then I'm going to count how much this is divided up. How many pieces is this whole from 1 to 2 in on this number line? So I'm going to look. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's divided into 6. So if this is on the second line, this is 1 and 2/6. Another way to write 1 and 2/6 would be to write 1 and 1/3. And then, of course, we can also do 1 and 4/12. So I'm going to look in here, and I'm going to see if any of these expressions can add up to any of this. So first of all, I know that 4 plus 4 is 8. So 8 over 3. And if you remember, this is taking you back a little bit. 3 goes into 8 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6. I subtract. I get 2 left over. So this would be 2 and 2/3. Well, that's not going to work because our whole number is 1. So not happening. This is saying it's 6 plus 2 over 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. We have 8 over 4. 4 times 2 is 8. That equals 2. So, not going to work. This says it's 8/6. Well, when I divide 6 into 8, goes one time, put down 6, get 2 left over. So it's 1 and 2/6. Oh, look at that! 5, 6 plus 3/6 equals 1 and 2/6. Is that what I'm looking for? Absolutely. 2 plus 6 is 8. This comes up to 8/12. So that's not your answer. So C is definitely your answer. Turning over to page 13. It says, what is the value of the following expression? 2 plus 9 is 11. So this is 11 over 10. None of these are written as a mixed number. They're all written as fractions more than 1. So I'm going to look for 11 over 10. I see it right here. It's B. My answer is B. So one thing that I taught you guys, and I sang very badly, I'm not going to sing on YouTube. We will never, ever, ever, to the tune of Taylor Swift's We Are Never Getting Back Together, we will never, ever, ever add denominators. All right. Sue had 7/8 cups of flour, and she used 1/8 of a cup. How much flour does she have left? This is a subtraction problem. 7/8 minus 1/8 equals 6/8. There's your answer. Do you notice that there's no multiple choices here? So this might be a situation where you have to type in an answer to a problem. So now it's asking for the sum of 2 2/3 and 1 2/3. Well, first I'm going to add my whole numbers. 2 plus 1 is 3. Add my numerators. I get 4, 3. Okay, now, A, enter your answer as a mixed number. All right, well, that's this, 3 4/3. Now enter it as a fraction. So we're going to enter it as a fraction greater than 1. So watch how this works. When you do that, you are going to add you're going to add 3/3 3 times to this fraction. So you have 3 4/3, and I'll show you how this works. You multiply 3 times 3, then you add 4. So you're multiplying your denominator times your whole number, and then you add 4. So that equals 9 over 4. Oops, excuse me. I need to add 4. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 4 is 13. So it's 13 over 4. I'll write that out again and explain it. So I have 3 4/3. That equals the same as 9/3. That equals 3. Plus 4/3, which is 13 over 3. Excuse me. What did I do?
4/3, wouldn't you have to do that and make 7? Wouldn't you have to put 4 and a 1/3?
No, it's 13 over 3. That's your answer. That's it. That is the end of our video for today. That's where we're stopping. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in to Ms. Zimmerman's class. Goodbye from somewhere in the state of Florida.